I'm Dave Abrams.
And I'm Kristin Lagana. Welcome to Anne Arundel County Week in Review. In this week's episode, we'll take a look at summer book offerings, as well as a great program that's getting kids with autism out on bicycles. But first, making headlines this week. Our fiscal year ends on July 1st, and with it will come a new budget approved by the County Council. The Council voted 6-1 on June 14th to approve the budget with very few changes to the proposal by County Executive Steve Shue. It was a very quiet budget season compared to past years. Here are some highlights. The budget eliminates a tax on movie theater tickets and a tax on mobile homes, adding to more than $64 million in tax and fee release during Shue's term. Construction will begin on Crofton High School, which of course residents have been wanting for decades. Teachers received $15.6 million in pay increases, and a healthcare fund crisis was fixed. 40 new public safety positions were added, and construction will start on a new police academy as well as a central booking facility. A 6-year capital improvement plan for bike trails of $36 million. And you can read the full budget on our website at aacounty.org. How about those numbers, Dave?
I mean, the last two are kind of, like, even for me, when I know a lot about it, those are big numbers.
Those are big numbers.
I mean, $36 million to connect bike trails. It's over 6 years, but that's a pretty big investment. And that number for new positions in public safety is a big number. Yes. I mean, a lot of years we get none, or we ask for 20, we get 6. So that's fantastic.
2017,
stuff.
Go big, go home.
Yeah, how about that?
How about
that? You can't say enough how nice it is to get through a budget cycle and not have fighting and screaming and yelling.
We're all about that.
Right?
Right.
So good job, everybody.
Good job.
Good job, politicians. You did great. Well, there's so much more in the budget, including a huge program to make things better up in Brooklyn Park. Health department officials and contractors are entering the second phase of the Rodent Action Team program, RAT, to deliver thousands of special trash receptacles door to door. County Executive Shue showed off some of the features of the containers, which officials believe will significantly reduce problems with rats in the community.
Now these trash cans are really special. They are heavy duty, thick. No rat's gonna gnaw through this plastic. Nice hinged lid, wheels, so easy to get around. And look at this outstanding county seal. And to top it all off, each resident can write his or her address here on the top of the lid so that their trash can stays with their property. We don't want these traveling around the rest of the county or to Baltimore City.
Now, Kristin, people love free stuff, right?
Of course.
I mean, when we posted this initiative on social media, everybody wanted to know, where's my container?
Yeah, let's be clear about this. This is coming from the health department, and this is to be used as a tool for rat eradication. This is not because we're giving out free stuff.
This message has been brought to you by Kristin Lagana and the Anne Arundel County Department, the Bureau of Waste Management Services.
Close enough.
Was I close?
That was close.
Gosh.
I'm just saying, this was a health issue.
Yes, this is a specifically targeted program for Brooklyn Park, and Brooklyn Park's proximity to the city line and the water put together made it an especially acute problem. Now, Kristin, rats are not acute at all. Get it?
It's not a cute problem, Dave. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Nice one.
Seriously though, folks, let's be aware of this is for Brooklyn Park. It's a much needed thing, and I get it. There are rats elsewhere, right? A lot of us live near the water in Anne Arundel County, and when you have water, you get, is it wharf rats? You get wharf rats. So we get that, but this is an especially acute problem that had to be dealt with. So let's see how that goes, and everybody else, practice some good.
And you know what? May I have the floor?
Absolutely. The floor is open to you, Kristin.
Let's make sure the lid is on tightly.
That's what I was going to say.
On a trash receptacle, and that your trash is in a bag that is tied tightly.
Yes.
So that we are creating two tops. Two methods of closure. One is the plastic bag, and one is the lid on the container.
It's just like bears when you go camping. Like, don't have a food source out there to attract them. I mean, I don't know a lot about rats, but I guess they're gonna be there whether you have trash out or not.
Yes.
But if you close it up and keep it
Yes,
closed,
you need that double level of defense.
Yeah.
Just putting it in a trash can and leaving the lid open is not going to help.
Now let me ask you this. I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Okay.
Just in case you don't, if you don't know the answer, that's okay. But
17%.
I got some pushback on this. So if you have a regular trash can, just a regular Rubbermaid trash can, and the top's on it and it's bag tight, it's tied up tight, what are the chances that the rat is gonna bite through your trash can?
And if it's a sturdy trash can, it's not something that you've had for 20 plus years that's kind of seen better days, it should not be able to chew through the
There you
bottom of
go.
that
Kristin
can.
Lagana said it
There
right
you go.
here. Listen to Kristin Lagana.
Yes. So,
All right.
you're trash queen.
We're trusting you. We're trusting you.
Well, the Public Water Access Commission has a lot of work to do for its summer project. This week, the commission was briefed by a private consultant hired to determine the best places to locate future trailered boat ramps. Dave, there was an incredible statistic in the study.
Really?
Did you know that Anne Arundel County has the most registered boats in Maryland?
I did know that,
Did
but I'm
you?
not sure everybody knows that, but I did know that.
Did
That's
you
right.
know Kristin Lagana has the least amount of friends with registered boats in this county?
No, you
Because
need to.
I need boat friends, please.
Boat friends,
Yeah.
please contact Kristin Lagana at klagana@aa.
Not endorsed by AA County. Okay, so you probably knew that, but how about this? Baltimore County has the most boat ramps with 12.
12.
Anne Arundel County only has 3. Can you believe that?
Three.
We have more than 34,000 registered boats, which is nearly twice as many as Baltimore County, and only, what, a quarter of the amount of boat ramps that they have?
There you go.
So here's what Sapir Baharlo from Bay Land Consultants and Designers had to say.
I think some of this data helps highlight the need for the study and for something needs to be done with it. Fortunately, county exec did recognize this need and has, working with the commission, we're on our way to solve that. And this is something, that's why we're all here and trying to solve that disparity. We're looking at providing increased public access to waterways. We're looking at providing access to north and south shore of all major waterways. That's our marching orders, and that's what we're trying to help achieve as part of this study.
Now, the report ranked Solly Cove Park and Beechwood Park highest on the list of future locations, followed by Spriggs Farm Park in Arnold. The commission is now accepting public comments on the report as it figures out what to recommend to the county executive in the fall. The county is adding 2 boat ramps this year off Carbide Road in Curtis Bay and Discovery Village in Shadyside. Love it down there.
Yeah, yeah. It's a beautiful spot in
Yeah.
Shadyside. And, this is in keeping with the county executive is trying to put a boat ramp on the north and south side of each river in the county, which is, that's a pretty big task.
Yeah.
And, hopefully the report's there. This is not political. It's not, picking one community over the other. This is simply an engineering report that looks at all the possible locations and ranks them by if they're accessible, how much it will cost, all that good stuff. So these things are not set in stone, but it would be helpful if folks would read the report and take a look at it before they get excited about where the next one's going to go.
Yes.
But it's going to be a process, but we're excited about Solly Cove and Discovery Village. It looks like people are pretty supportive of those two, so we will move forward and we will go from 3 to 5.
On and
we'll be
up.
on our way to 12.
On and upward.
That's a staggering statistic, though. I mean,
crazy.
it's really a
I didn't
no-brainer.
know Baltimore County had 12. That's
Yeah, I mean,
3.
when you look at the numbers, it's clear that we need more public
Yes.
access to the waterway.
It's time to ramp it up.
It's an acute problem.
That was good too.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we'll talk to Christine Feldman and a special guest
Yay!
from the library to get ideas for beach books. Take a look at our community calendar for events happening around town, and we'll be right back.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
Well, welcome back. Joining us in the studio, we have 2 very special guests this week. This is Christine Feldman, who's been on the show before with Anne Arundel
Our returning champion.
Our returning champion, who's joining us from the library, of course, and she has a special guest with her today. And what's your name?
Grace.
Grace. And this is Mom, right?
Yeah.
We know her as Miss Christine, but you call her Mom. So very exciting to have you both today. And of course, we want to hear a little bit about your summer reading. What book are you reading right now, Grace?
Well, I'm reading 3 books.
Okay.
I'm
3
reading.
at the same
You.
time?
It's more than you.
How you do that?
I just stagger read.
Oh.
Scatter read.
I didn't know that was a thing. All right.
Yeah, I like that.
Which books do you read?
Well, I'm reading The War That Saved My Life.
Okay.
We're number 1. I'm reading 3. And then I Am Malala and A Dog's Purpose.
Okay, what's I Am Malala? What's a Lala?
Malala.
Oh, Malala. I think you said I Am Malala. I
She
am
likes
Malala.
La La Land, so
I know.
she's got that in her head.
I do
Story
like
of
La La
the
Land.
Afghani girl who was shot. in
Yes, Malala. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Very,
That's
wow.
heavy stuff.
Yeah, these are pretty good books for you. Are these things that are on your school reading list, or you just wanted to read them on your own?
Well, I'm in my Girl Scout book club, so I Am Malala is the book we're reading.
Oh, nice. And is that called Girl Scouts, or is this Brownies still, or
We're juniors now.
juniors?
Excuse me.
Love it. And you're going into 5th grade this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
At Weston-Annapolis?
Yep.
Shout out Weston-Annapolis.
Yeah, we love
What's
Weston-Annapolis.
up? What's up?
So I Am Malala.
I Am
Yes.
Malala. Yes.
Tell us real quick what that one's about.
It's about a girl who she stood up for her education because people where she lived didn't think that girls should go to school. And when she was in a bus, she got shot in the head. But she luckily survived.
She survived, and she's an incredible young lady,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm really glad that your troop is reading this book. So have you gotten a favorite out of your scatter reading so far? Which is your favorite out of the 3?
I think A Dog's Purpose is my favorite so far.
We love dogs.
Is that the one they just made into a movie?
Yes.
Yeah, I already watched it. It's really sad.
Really sad. So we shouldn't watch it.
Well, if you're gonna, it's okay if you cry, but
It's okay if
if you're in front of people, I wouldn't watch it.
So do you think that the book is better or the movie? If you had to pick.
The movie has more drama,
Okay.
but the book is way more like good, like cute, like stuff like that.
Okay.
The book, I thought the book's always better.
That's what I was
right?
wondering. Books kind of always beat the movie.
If you're a
out,
reader, yeah, you have a good imagination. You know,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
tends to be better. Well, let's talk to Mom for a minute.
Yeah.
First of all, before we talk about more books and stuff, Leadership Anne Arundel, you graduated this
Congratulations.
week.
Thank you. Yes,
Tell-
I
tell
finished
us about
the
that.
program. It was wonderful. It was a 9-month experience where you basically learn about all different facets of the county, everything from visiting the landfill,
Yes.
which is a highlight, I will say. Highly interesting.
Really?
It was
Not just
fascinating.
saying that 'cause she's here
It
with
was
me.
fascinating.
No,
I
I'm
have to
kidding. I've
say.
been there too. It is interesting.
Law enforcement, agriculture, the environment, it really immerses you into all these different things that you take for granted every single day. And the relationships that you build with your classmates are invaluable. So I've really enjoyed it. I got to know Diane Krogan from the County Executive's Office and Dan Yashu, so it was really a great experience.
That's so exciting.
Awesome.
Did we have a graduation party for Mom when she graduated?
No, because her graduation was from 5:30 to 8, and that's very, very long.
Oh,
Oh,
see.
yeah.
And I don't want to
Kinda
have
fancy
to sit
though,
through
right?
it. And she got home late, so I don't want to. It's not very a big deal to me.
Okay.
But it's a big deal to us.
It's
It was
big
a
deal.
20-day participation,
It was a
Mom.
wonderful participation.
20
That's so
days.
exciting, though. Congratulations.
Thank
and
you.
I'm really glad that you liked the landfill.
Yeah, the landfill is fascinating.
So back to books.
Yes.
It's summertime reading time. I'm actually getting ready to go to the beach, so I will not be
Excellent.
here for the next episode. We will have Miss Brandy. Yes. We'll be hosting the show in
Rock
my
and roll.
place.
Girl power.
Glad to have her. What are some? So first of all, how do the summer book clubs work, and what are some of the books that are hot this summer?
So the summer reading club at the library is for all ages. It's not just for kids anymore. Like you and I probably grew up dealing with, but now it's open to all ages. And you can sign up online. You don't even have to go into the library. And basically, you just log your reading. And by reading and doing activities, you can earn prizes like iPads, Beats headphones, Chromebook, great prizes, all to encourage reading. So just go to our website at aacpl.net and sign up for the Summer Reading Club. And we'll give you recommendations on things to read if you sign up through our online site. You'll get a recommendation every week. But there's a lot of great stuff to read that I'd be happy to make some recommendations on.
So it's not something where you're coming in and you're discussing the books with other folks that have read it, but more of kind of like a challenge yourself to read what's on this, and you'll get prizes as you go along.
Right, you don't have to read anything on a specific list. It's really just up to you about what type of books you enjoy.
This is you log some reading.
Yeah, exactly. We do have a number of book clubs throughout the year, everything from a specific guys book club in Severna Park, which is really popular. And then there's book clubs in almost every branch, and they usually do a new selection once a month or every other month. So you can join into any of those as well.
Nice. Something that I really like that you guys have started doing on your Facebook page are your Sunday evening book chats.
Yes.
So if you guys have a Facebook page, make sure you check out the county library's Facebook page, because I really liked something we were just talking about a little bit earlier, what's better, the book or the movie? So you always pose an interesting question, and I thought that's been really exciting. And it's gotten traffic from people who don't even live in the county, so that's smart.
Ooh.
It's really cool.
Well, I was going to say, this is not your father's library. You guys are so slick about keeping up with the latest ways to present
Well, yeah, we
information.
have the table, the smart table.
Yep. Always,
Smart
the library.
table.
Our library system is really good at adapting to new technology, and you guys have things before people know about it. So that it's really, you do a really good job.
We've called
of
it the modern library before.
Not your grandmother's library.
Not your grandmother's library.
Some would argue. Yeah, we're bringing virtual reality into most of our branches this summer through our Summer Reading Club program, so you can come and try out virtual reality.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, I was the first to try one of the. I think it's the coolest.
Oh, you were on the cover of the newsletter, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And her brother, I think he was on the cover, and she was participating.
Well, it wasn't the cover. Well, it was half of him.
Let's be specific here.
So, half of him was the top half was him. The lower half was somebody else.
Oh.
We don't share library secrets.
Yeah, that's like a graphic
That sounds like a
design
behind
secret.
the scenes.
I've been known to do that as well. It's okay. It's okay. How was the virtual reality? Did you like it?
It was awesome.
Awesome.
So
you
what's
have to
it
get out there
like?
and try that.
Yeah, I've never tried it.
They took you to like places like in a car and space in a real life video game. And one of them, you're like in space and you get to like draw. That was my favorite. That's the one that I was the first one to try.
That's awesome.
Whoa.
And it was the one that my brother was doing when he was in the headline.
Okay, so what I want to hear about are what are the have-to-reads on your summer reading list. Like Dave is getting ready to go to the beach. A lot of people are going to the beach. What should you be packing in your beach bag? And if you can think of any good ones too, for 5th graders, 4th graders out there, you can pipe in too. But what are some of your top picks?
Well, the new one by the author of Girl on the Train. It's called Into the Water. Highly recommend it. The whole list at the library is extensive, but we're moving through it quickly, so get your name on the list because it's a really hot book.
All right.
Always a new book by James Patterson out, so if you're a fan of James Patterson, you certainly can do that. I'd also recommend Everything, which is a YA
Another
or
movie,
a young
right?
adult book that is extremely popular, and it's based on, it's going to be turned into a movie.
So you're saying I can't read it?
I think you could read it, actually.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yay,
Yeah.
that sounds
There
fun.
you go.
So is that your top pick?
No.
No. Okay.
And
We'll
then-
keep going.
And don't forget Game of Thrones.
Game of
Oh, yeah.
Thrones is always a great summer read because obviously there's 5 books in that series.
Yep.
So there's a lot to read. There's a lot to catch up on.
That could keep you busy.
So I'd highly recommend that. And then Anita Shreve is another one of my personal favorite authors that she just came out with a new book called Stars on Fire. So I'd check that out.
Very good. And do you have any that you want to contribute as well to the list?
Well, the Dog's Purpose series is always good.
Dog's Purpose.
I think they have Dog's Purpose, and they have 2 dogs. I think there's 2 dogs. I think there's 2 dogs that each have their own story that connect to the book.
Bailey's story and
Bailey's story and Ellie's story.
Okay.
Fantastic. I like this. Could be a series. This could be a new series.
Yeah, you guys are good.
Kid and
But
half.
wait, I need to know one more thing before we go. Paperback, hard copy, or Kindle when you're on the beach? Go.
I am old school. I want paperback for the beach.
All right.
I'm the same way, by the way.
Hardback.
Hardback. All right. Teach their
Interesting.
own.
So I don't know what to do now. I'm gonna
I
have
know,
to-
but
Whatever
whether
works for you.
Yeah,
I'm
whatever
gonna
works
go.
for you.
I think I'm gonna get a really big book, so I think I'm gonna go for paperback, so it's not hard to hold it on the beach.
There you go.
That's
Well,
what I-
whether you out there, if you like electronic, if you like paperback, if you like hardback,
The library has all of it.
you to go to the library and pick up some of these hot summer reading picks that the gals over here gave us, or get whatever you like and make sure you're reading this summer. And ladies, thank you so much, as usual, for coming in here
Thanks
and
for having
updating us on what's going on. And Grace, it was so nice to meet you. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your readings. What would you call them again? Random.
Scatter reading.
Scatter reading.
Scatter reading.
Scatter reading.
Scatter reading.
And thank you for your picks. And we will be right back with more Week in Review right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Rise Against Autism is a great local charity, and they have a new program that is helping kids learn how to ride bicycles. Pat Daly has more. Pat?
It's no secret that Anne Arundel County is a bike-friendly community. But I'm here with Shannon Majoros, the programming director for Rise for Autism in Anne Arundel County, to talk about a unique program that specifically reaches at the disabled community here in the county. Shannon, thanks for joining us. My first question would be, can you tell us about the mission of I Can Ride?
Yes, so the bike camp is it runs all over the United States, and really their whole mission is focused on teaching individuals with special needs across the age range, ages 8 and up, to ride independently. What most people don't realize is that 80% of individuals with autism and 90% of individuals with Down syndrome are completely unable to ride a bike independently. And their whole mission is about giving them that independence and that self-confidence to be able to do that. And it's particularly important, as you mentioned, in our community because of the amount of cycling opportunities and the trails that are here, and so that's so important for our community.
That's incredible. I've worked many times with Special Olympics, things similar, and that's just, I mean, it's just very important for the Down syndrome community, especially, to feel like they can do it. Now, my next question would be, what's going on at the end of June?
So at the end of June, we are bringing I Can Shine in their program I Can Bike to Anne Arundel County. We will have 40 campers, and we have over 100 volunteers that are coming out. And what's really exciting about that, if you think just of the name I Can Shine, most of the time as educators, as parents, as service providers, we're talking about what our kids can't do or what they need to be able to do. But for 1 week at the end of June, we spend the entire time building community around these riders with special needs to show them exactly what they can do. And that builds their self-confidence and, most importantly, their independence to be able to ride.
Right. That's incredible, something incredibly positive. My last question is, how can the community get involved? How can we learn more?
So if you visit riseforautism.org, and that's all spelled out, you can learn more about the camp. You can learn about all of our other opportunities for sensory-friendly events, for the workshops and conferences, for the grant opportunities we have. But if you're specifically interested in I Can Bike Camp, please just check out the website. We are always looking for more volunteers, more sponsors, and we even have a few spots left for some riders.
You know, one question I wanted to ask is, are the volunteers coming from all over the county?
They are. So we reached out to about 6,000 different people across, we actually have wonderful students from Old Mill High School who will be participating, and one of the track coaches from here will be participating. So we reached out to high schools, we reached out to colleges, youth groups all over the county, and we were able to get our 100 volunteers this year.
That's great. Well, can't say it any better than that this is an action-packed adventure for disabled kids to learn how to ride bikes. It's just bigger and better here in Anne Arundel County. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Pat. Now, Dave, when did you learn to ride a bike?
You know, I think it's hard for me to go back on the memory banks, but I think I was pretty old when I learned how to ride a bike. Yeah, I don't know exactly what age, but I do remember that at the time I went to a babysitter. It was Steve Cimarero, nice guy, and he taught me how to ride a bike, not my parents, Steve Cimarero.
Shout out, Steve.
And it was great. And of course, what I remember about it is, you know, you're on the training wheels and, you know, he's running alongside you and then he kind of lets go and you're like, do-do-do-do-do. And then you're like, oh wait, I'm riding by myself, and then boom,
you fall.
You go down.
Every single time.
Scrape the knees.
Yep.
What about you?
I think I did the traditional 3 to 4-year-old with the training wheels, and then by age 6, I was riding free. But I remember my sister and I would always get some good speed going and then take our arms off and go, I love being a kid. It was a tradition. That's what we still do it. So.
We're gonna put you on the spot here. If you had a boat, what would you call it?
Oh, yeah, we talked about boats a lot this episode, so that's a good question. I'd either go with Brandy.
Brandy?
You're a fine girl, what a good
Is this because Brandy's hosting the show next
week? I didn't think
week?
about that. Shout out to Brandy. Or if I had to go with something else, what was the other name I was just thinking about? Well, I have to remember. Tell me what your name
Too
would
late.
be.
I'm going with a Riviera-derci.
A Riviera?
So it's a Riviera-derci, but it's
Riviera
I
Beach.
live in Riviera Beach.
A Riviera-derci. I like that a lot. That's really cool.
I don't know how you would spell that, but
I know the other name of my boat would be.
Okay, go.
The John Waters.
I like that.
Yeah.
A John boat. It would be a John boat.
John boat. John Waters.
And I don't know where you put the name on a John boat. You have to put it like on the side.
And I would put flamingos all over that sucker. I'd make it real Baltimore. It'd be awesome.
So it's camo, but it's got pink decals.
Yeah, the John
Love
Waters.
that. That's brilliant. Well, that wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode and archive episodes online anytime on Facebook or YouTube by simply searching for Arundel TV. Please tune in again next week for more highlights and news from around the county, and we'll see you next time.